Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome back to session 84 of Shadows of Sorcery. I am joined today by my boiled lobsters, my wonderful, punctual players. Joining us, unfortunately, the person who is not joining us is Lydia. Lydia is currently in Glasgow doing whatever Lydia enjoys doing in Glasgow. Probably getting stabbed. However...
Fucking savage!
It's Glasgow, it's recreational.
Look, I've been there, it's alright.
You live there. It's fine, honestly. I didn't get stabbed, and I'm probably the most likely person to get stabbed in Glasgow. Glasgow's a lovely city. Don't listen to me. Anyway, joining us this evening, we have our knight of many dumb decisions. It is Prodigious Maximus, as played by Elfie Oakwood. You cut off halfway through that, but alright.
Yeah.
We have the man, the myth, the legend, Darren Moran, as played by Lang.
I got ice cream.
I want ice cream. I had my last ice cream sandwich before I left the house this morning. We have the only healer of the group, maybe. It is Hickory, as played by Kellu.
Literally, you have a paladin and me.
Only
Lay on
healer,
hands
you
is
heard
like
it.
first
You
aid
heard
at most,
it. Only
Elfie.
one.
And last but not least, the Lightning Mage, who is not in fact a wizard. It is Arcus the Librarian, as played by Zarian.
False wizard, common mistake.
Who wants to do the recap, or are your brains too boiled for it?
I have no idea what's going on at any given moment.
You're up, Elfie.
Oh, it's me! Great. We defeated a lady assassin. We fucking... And I sliced her head off, and I was like, ugh! And she had a dog, and we killed the dog, and that was sad. And then... What else did we do? Daughter! There was Isaac's daughter who was there, who was crazy, and then Zarion traumatized her, which was savage. Gave her more daddy issues. And then she stopped fighting and just started crying. And then we've sort of adopted her for the moment. And now we're gonna go and try and fix the townspeople after discussing about what to do about the supplies of the drug. Huh?
Pretty succinct. Pretty succinct. You all entered into combat attempting to steal a pouch of holding that was on Evin Lorne, the final assassin of the Triad of the Carnifex Syndicate. You battled fiercely, taking shot after shot, sending people running, screaming for turn upon end, until eventually the killing blow by Prod, decapitation, dual-wielded. You managed to get yourselves relatively unscathed through this fight. You also managed to... I'm not going to say save, because save would be a stretch, but you managed to liberate Isaac's daughter, Abigail, from the clutches of Evin Lorne. And that is where we begin today's session as the 5 of you escort Abigail out of the sort of makeshift distillery that has been raised in this massive park area and head towards the hold on, where's Darren?
Way ahead of you.
Oh, I see. As you head towards the inn at the center of town to recoup and recover. Who's doing what?
Hickory's gonna do his quote-unquote long rest that's not 8 hours immediately.
So Hickory is posting up in a corner and sort of just shutting down and meditating for 4 hours.
Yes. It looks like he's looking, but he's not. But maybe he is, but he's not.
Hey. Anyone else? What does everyone else do?
I'm gonna root around behind the bar, see if there's anything still drinkable around here.
Sure. Roll me investigation, please.
Oh boy.
See what you can find.
14.
14. There's not much, honestly. A lot of the bar has been not necessarily ransacked, because everywhere in this town is weirdly pristine. But there's a lot of bottles missing. There's a lot of, like, empty shelves. You do manage to find a few bottles of some sort of clear-ish liquid. It's like a very pale, cloudy white. Other than unmarked bottles. Other than that, not much.
Does it smell like alcohol, at least?
You unstopper one of them. They've got like cork stoppers in the top. You unstopper one of them. It smells like alcohol, but it's got sort of like a sweet scent.
Arcus, can you quickly check this over? I don't want to drink anything I don't know what it is in this town.
I mean, sure. I flip my magic vision on. I'm like, well, it's a bottle.
Oh, that much I get, and there's something in here that smells like booze, but I don't trust it here.
Okay, can I roll investigation on this?
Sure. Roll me in investigation or arcana if you want. I'll let you use arcana.
Oh, cool. They're the same basically for me, so I'll do arcana just to be a little bit spicy.
Okay.
So that's a 25.
25. Okay. This is you grab a bottle and sort of sniff it. The scent is an immediate recognition for you. This is something known as Feybloom wine. It is distilled from a specific set of plants that are usually only found in the Fae. And it sort of, it's a little jarring because you haven't smelt this in years. It's not a common drink. It's relatively rare just in general. Not many places make the stuff, and the places that do make it are kind of like closely guarding the recipes for it. It's not magical, though the flowers that it is distilled from have some degree, just like everything else in the Fey realm, they have some degree of magical potency. It will get you drunk, extremely drunk.
Well, this is very potent liquor, distilled in the Feywild. I can pour you a shot if you want.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the glass.
Oh no, I bring my own one. I produced the tiniest little thimble cup. Gonna get a little droplet out and do it.
You produce a thimble cup and pour a couple of drops of Feybloom wine into it.
There you go.
Well, it'll get us started at least, I guess. Sláinte.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Of course.
They get advantage since I poured them the correct shot.
You know what? I was gonna say yes. I'll say yes. Or the correct amount for this stuff.
I sense a butt coming.
No, but just roll again.
Okay.
Okay, so 8. You tip back this like thimbleful of this sort of very sort of silvery, cloudy white liquid. For a moment, it doesn't burn when it goes. In fact, it's very cool when it goes down. It's like you're imbibing sort of like a very, very sort of cold drink on a hot summer's day. And then the world kind of wobbles a little bit. And sort of starts to spiral around you as the whole thing just... Everything's kind of... where's your balance gone?
We should keep a bottle of this.
Yeah.
You all watch.
I'm happy to take one.
You all watch as Darren says, "We should keep a bottle of this," and proceeds to immediately fall over, just flat on the ground.
Oh, buddy.
The ceiling above you, Darren, spins, and there's these really pretty colored lights that just seem to float out of the walls. It's such a beautiful sight.
Hey Prod, could you help me? Let's go to kind of pick up Darren under one shoulder.
I'm used to this. I understand, buddy.
Yeah.
And I take the bottle and I cork it and then I put it in my bag. Be like, yeah, we can use that at some point.
No, I'm gonna kind of covertly swipe one of the other bottles.
There are
prop you up on
like
a stool,
3
have,
bottles
like,
of this stuff.
Put a cup of water in your hand. Be like, it'll pass.
You can each add a bottle of Feybloom wine to your inventories.
Okay.
As you're sort of lying there, Darren, you start to realize that your friends' voices are going weird. As like everyone around you suddenly sounds like they're speaking through helium. You're not really... Everything sounds so high-pitched and giggly.
I think there's more than alcohol in that bottle.
This seems pretty bog standard for. Just give it another sniff. No, this is definitely just the Fey wine.
God,
do
you
have
sound
any,
as
like-
silly as you usually look.
Fucking savage.
It'd be so easy to Eldritch Blast your face right now. Anyway.
No, no, no. Come now.
No, Prod, do you have any, like, magic that might help someone who's a bit over the edge, or no?
Or would this count as a poison?
Alcohol is absolutely poison, isn't it?
Alcohol is a
Irritant.
poison, yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me just quickly check something. Is it poison or is it plague?
Is it poison or disease? Yeah.
Yes. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I can end one spell on myself or a willing creature.
Not a magical effect. So,
You saying this ain't a magical effect?
this is not a magical effect, no.
Wait,
This
what
is-
are we doing? Where's the lotus?
We don't have the lotus. I think we got rid of the lotus.
No, wait, when did we get rid of the lotus? What did we do that for?
I can't remember.
I swear someone had it on them, and like they were using it to like throw off a demon's thing on them or something.
Ingvar has it in order to negate a tracking curse.
Yeah, that's it.
So they can't take it off them unless they want to get tracked down by a demon, basically.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, sober up, buddy.
Sober up, buddy. Okay, so I can expend 5 hit points from my pool of lay on hands to remove the poisoned condition from a creature.
Yeah, this would count, technically speaking, as a poisoned condition.
I do so.
Okay.
Oh, that feels worse coming out than it went in. Oh.
That's what she said. Sorry.
You, as you suddenly come back to full sobriety, Darren, it feels like someone just went into your mouth and brushed every single edge that you can't get to with your tongue with glitter.
I'm sure I didn't throw up, and yet... Oh, okay, right. That wine is definitely coming with us. I don't think we're toasting with it today.
No. Not
No.
quite yet. Not until everyone in this town is saved. And not gonna die of this fucking thing. Also, I just expended 5 of my lay on hands that I was gonna use on those guys to unfuck you up.
It wasn't by intention. I just wanted to make sure it was safe.
That's such a bullshit answer.
I did
There's-
not expect it to be super fey wine, okay? That was gonna be like vodka, just a single shot of vodka.
One
Presumably
shot
exists in
of
this setting.
vodka.
What? Yeah. You know, 2 shots of vodka in the Feywild. In the Feywild.
Those 2 shots of vodka will be the best 4 shots of vodka you've ever had after you have 8 shots of vodka.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, librarian. Alright, we're having a short rest here. Everyone, rest your shorts.
You, from behind you, Prod, you hear, There's beds upstairs, I think. As
Yes.
Abigail sort of pipes up.
Someone needs to stay with Abigail. Abigail, who do you feel most comfortable keeping an eye on you today?
I have experience looking after princesses.
Abigail's first instinct
like that.
is literally to grab your arm, Rod.
Okay. We'll go chill out in upstairs. I'll meet you all back here. And what time is like a short rest? Is that like 15? Or is that...
1 hour is the D&D standard. I usually set it to 30 minutes.
All right, let's meet down here, back here in 45. Split the difference. Everyone have a short nap. Rest yourselves, and we'll tackle this later. Jesus.
Apologies. The hay fever is not good, and I am having to keep my window open so that I don't boil.
Spoil the DM. Stick them in a stew. Patient. Anyway, let's do that. I totter off upstairs with Abigail, and we look like a twin
I need
room.
I need you to know before we carry on. My brain immediately just went. Kidnap the dungeon master, stick him in a stew. Da 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 da.
Turn them into glue.
Anyway, you two head upstairs
How
to find.
tacky do you think your bones would be? Sorry.
I mean, I think they'd be pretty elegant, personally. Anyway, you and Abigail take one of the sort of back rooms. One of the things you notice, I will give you this for free without an insight check. The first thing Abigail does when entering a room is she immediately goes to the window and pulls the blinds closed.
Cool.
And what are the rest of you doing while these two take a short rest?
I will just kind of find a comfy seat, I guess. Just
Okay.
close my eyes for a little bit.
Is there anything you want to do, Arcus?
Before they go up to get like some sleep with Broad watching over them, I am gonna give Abigail their dad's cloak that I've been holding on to.
Okay. Oh god, I need to... Oh god, okay, that's a magic item. I need to look that up. Give me a second. This is really... How did you remember that you still had this?
I'm so
God.
sorry that I remember things that happen in your campaign,
No,
DM,
it's
a world
fine,
that you are
it's
making
fine.
for us to enjoy.
I didn't expect you to... Okay,
Also,
Apologies for caring about other people's characters in the world building.
Zarian, can I, can you, heal me, please? Or can someone heal me, please? That would be ace.
Yeah.
I'm below half
you
hit
can...
points, and I'm
If
dying.
you're taking a short rest, you can expend hit die to heal.
How roughed up does Prod look?
I'm below 40% of my hit points. So
Okay, I'm gonna do what's called a gamer move and do a level 5 cure wounds on Prod.
Okay, that would be really good. Thank you very much.
Okay, here we go. The Alder's Cloak of Depths. God. It's been literal years since I made this item. Yeah, okay. I don't know that you ever identified this.
I did
item.
not. I just had it in my inventory. I didn't think it was magic at the time.
Well,
No,
that's our bag now.
Yeah, but in fairness, you never identified it, so you wouldn't necessarily know what it does. But if you are choosing to give it away, I will let you know what it does before you do that. The Alder's Cloak of Depths. If the wearer wears light or medium armor, they gain a +1 to AC and advantage on stealth checks. The cloak can absorb up to 3 level 1 to 6 damage spells, halving the damage from each spell. Once fully charged, the cloak gives the wearer 1 charge of greater invisibility. If the wearer attempts to absorb a spell above level 6, the wearer suffers 1d8 necrotic damage and loses all accumulated charge.
That's a powerful magic item. I'm still giving it to his daughter.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted you to
get you.
be aware. Because you would have had it in your inventory for this long, you would have identified it at some point just out of curiosity, I imagine. So, also, because you would have done an identify spell on this, you would also get this information. The Alder's Cloak of Depths is a long, black, hooded cloak with grey lining, with a cloak clasp shaped like a pair of crossed axes in front of an alder tree. Originally belonging to the ruling family of Thistledown, the Alders, this cloak bears their insignia and is woven from a fine cotton. On the back of the cloak clasp is a small black gemstone. As as Prod and Abigail are climbing the stairs to sort of upper bedding area, you pull this out. Heavy, but it's not heavy actually, it's quite a light cloak. But you pull it out from your pack, this sort of deep grey black fabric, and it to Abigail. Do you say anything?
Yeah, I remembered I had this from your father before he left our group, and I thought you should be the one to have it. Until you guys can be back together, I guess this is his way of keeping you safe.
Abigail sort of grabs the cloak, holds it in her hands, as like she grabs it and it sort of unfolds as she sort of holds it, looking at the little sort of medallion that makes up the clasp. She looks up at you and goes, Thank you. She sort of holds it to her chest, nods, and climbs the stairs. Okay. Short rest ensues. Flying is being absorbed by the celestial gods, apparently. I think there's
It's
sunlight
me,
streaming
Matador.
through your window, and it's just kind of turning your entire camera into a white void.
1 second, the Venusians want me again.
You all take...
It's me, God. Could you pick up some milk, maybe?
You all take a short rest. Prod, you're kind of keeping one eye on Abigail, even a short rest isn't necessarily sleep, but it's sort of like just sitting and not really thinking about anything, not really doing anything. It's a siesta, essentially.
Yeah, it's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot. The heat is permeating into the D&D game.
Yeah.
You keep an eye on Abigail out of the corner of your eye. Give me an insight check.
Sure. As we know, Prod is a deeply insightful man.
I mean, sometimes, you managed some interesting insight checks in the past.
It's an
Not
8.
this time, though.
Okay. Not very high, but there are some things that you can notice even with a low insight score. Abigail is not a comfortable sleeper. She is resting. Her eyes are closed, but every time the building shifts or creaks, it's like she's ready to pull a knife at any moment.
Right. But we have taken away her knives. So
She doesn't have any knives on her at the moment, but you do.
Yeah, but
it's like you're watching someone's. It's like watching a dog run in their sleep. This person's hand tenses, even with like the subconscious signal of it's just a stair creaking slightly or wind outside, but their hand is still automatically going for where a knife would be, essentially.
Even though I am short resting, I sort of, keep my head up and so I'm watching out, and occasionally I'll be like, it's okay. If there's a particular loud noise or something, I'll just sort of give a little, that was nothing, it's all right. I think during this time, Prod's gonna sort of... this is like something that Prod really imagines himself doing. Like, the idea of protecting someone who is scared is like, he's like, yeah, I'm a paladin. This is my job. Like, yeah, no, this is good, actually. And he's taking this very seriously. He's not even like letting his mind wander. He's like, this is my job right now. My job is I am just watching over this person sleeping and I am making sure everything is fine. Can we say we've come to the end of the short rest, because I want to wake her up.
Yeah. You sort of... It's a rough judgment. There's not really any clocks or anything around here.
Yeah.
In fact... No, Prod probably wouldn't have noticed. It's fine. You...
Don't like that. I don't like it when you do that. What does that mean?
You come to the end of your short rest period. And
Very gently, I'd go, hello, it's time to wake up. And sort of... So I don't try and, like, lay a hand on her.
Okay.
I just go, Abigail.
Her eyes open. It takes, like, a second before any... Like, her eyes are open, but it takes a second before her senses kick in and you see actual, like... You know that point where people go from staring vacantly into space, thinking about something, to actively participating in a conversation? That's essentially what happens. Her eyes go from like this glazed, vacant expression to alert and sort of darting. But it takes a second to go from like those two extremes.
It's okay.
We
just need to go and greet the townspeople now.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna see. Are you okay?
Yeah, you see she's kind of holding this cloak to her breast, and another thing you notice is she's sort of rubbing the material between her fingers, trying to ground herself essentially in this moment, being aware and generally present.
Do you want help putting that on? We can switch out the... Because I'm guessing her, like, clothes are, like, assassin brand.
She's wearing sort of light assassin leathers and this sort of very ragged, old black cloak at the moment. That, as you sort of look at it, it's black, but it's not fully that color anymore. There are stains that are relatively hidden by the coloration, but you've seen enough bloodstains.
You want help putting the other one on? Just so you don't lose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she sort of... She tries to reach for the clasp on her current cloak, and it's like she's trying to push against a invisible barrier for her. It's reaching anywhere up here, like, it looks like it takes so much effort for her.
I like obviously be like, may I? And then I very gently, like, because you know those people who are like, if you touch them, they're gonna like break. So
Yeah.
we're planning not to do that. I'm like, okay, just the lightest touch of color.
Yeah, you unhook the latch and sort of gently remove the cloak. She's had her hood up this whole time, basically. As it falls away, few things. You notice the sort of lightning scarring around her temple that sort of arcs up and sort of gives it this sort of crescent tiara type shape. You know how, you know the Caesar's leaves sort of thing? It's sort of like that from the temples up, but this sort of lightning scarring. You also notice small dots around the neck that look like tattoos, maybe, but, or maybe scarring? No, that doesn't make sense because scarring would be raised. But it's like someone put a needle there and there's residue left behind, like a tattoo, but just in like even spacing just around the neck.
Can I can I just roll a medicine check to see if I can help with any of this?
Roll me a medicine check.
Because I don't know if Prod's able to put together that this was probably due to some sort of torture, but yeah, no, he's not going to be able to do that.
Well, on a 7, there's nothing you can do about this. But a 7's better than a 5. And
7's better than a 5. The good old saying.
Take much to distinguish that those points around the neck are likely some form of injection point.
Or she might be addicted to something. Prod, unknowing of this, thinks it's some sort of like crazy, like she like is fairly certain that she was experimented on or something, but has no idea what that means at all.
Yeah.
So he's gonna just be like, he puts the cloak around her and is like, and shows her his bandages, and goes, the Temple of Callist is known for healing in all sorts of ways, the body and the soul. And part of what makes us Callist is the fact that we can shed our pasts. When they hurt, when they're full of pain, you can put on a new face. And you can leave that pain behind. As a member of Callist, I'm not trying to indoctrinate you, but...
You see, like, as the whisper of a laugh that sort of exudes from her as she says, that sounds nice.
It is. And even if you don't stay with us, I would recommend coming to a temple at some point. Even though I am a healer, I am maybe not the best healer out there, and I have a feeling you might need to see one soon.
My dad took me.
That's nice.
It wasn't a list. It was dark, but like darkness that comforts.
Sorry, Alfie's dumb. Which god would this be?
Roll me a religion check.
God, Tenor? There's 4 others that I can't remember. Religion +6, come on, baby. 23.
Hey! Definitely sounds like Metano.
Yeah.
This, like, darkness that comforts, like, every single temple of Metanos you've been in, usually, like, black columns, blue flickering flames, but a vibe that's always like, you are here to be present in a moment in time, essentially.
Yes. Metano is always quite comforting.
Yeah.
Come on, the others are waiting for us. And I, like, offer her a hand so she can, like, hold on to me while we go down.
She's, like, the way she
I've also
grips...
put the other cloak on.
Yeah, the other cloak sort of fastens and hides those points on her neck again. You notice that as you sort of put this cloak on her, her eyes lose some of this, like, unfocused glassiness that has been sort of prevalent in them. And she sort of grabs your arm. It's not like she's not gripping it hard, but it does feel tight when she sort of holds onto you. And you lead down.
Lead down.
Okay.
Is Darren feeling better?
Oh, I'm fine. You practically miracled away all the alcohol in my system. I'm good.
Yeah. How's the glitter feeling?
I think I got the last of it.
Right. Let's quickly figure out our plan again for the townspeople. What was it? We gather them in one space. We give them the antidote and we heal them.
Yep, that sounds about right. It's just the getting them to sit still and not try and kill us part that's a bit of an issue. I mean, as soon as we,
for them all.
from the rough numbers, yeah, we kind of
You-
over-prepared a lot of doses, didn't we?
You have about 60 vials. You've seen around 30 to 40 townspeople total.
Okay. Let's.
You
Should we go to the noose? The noose place?
where
burnt?
the old sort of burnt well, not there's no burnt wreckage anymore. It's just sort of the central plaza. Yeah, you can go there.
Central Plaza and try and ring a bell? I don't know. Is there a bell? Can I look for a bell and find a
There
bell
is a
to ring?
bell.
Hell
I'm
yeah!
not sure that you want to ring it, since the last time you heard it rung was specifically to quote-unquote summon people. Like, it was the workday bell, essentially, as far as you could tell. But you can ring that if you want.
I mean, it would summon all the people.
Yeah.
It'd work. They might have some. Maybe we'll be good news, or maybe they'll be really, really angry at us.
That's a good point. Can I get a spike and put the assassin's head on it and then ring the bell? So they just sort of understand that we've sort of usurped. They're no longer under her control. Or do you think that would be like a terrible idea?
The possibility is that they see the disruption to the norm as implicitly hostile.
How about we
Disruption
just
wasn't
pretend to be
nice.
giving them their newest dose and just gonna give them a little bit of a white lie and then they swallow it? The issue is making them all take it at the same time.
We could maybe frame it as a celebratory toast.
No, not in this town.
8,000
Abigail.
8 million doses shipped. Hurrah!
Yeah.
What would gather everyone into the center of town, in a place like this?
Now or before? Work?
Work.
I,
What is the work here?
Ms. Lorne said we were alchemists providing service. But
Alchemists providing.
But a lot of the stuff in the vats was shipped away. I don't know where. There used to there would be there's a ring, a big stone and metal ring somewhere in the city that they used to stack boxes and crates in, and then someone would step onto the ring and all of it would
Teleportation circle.
Sounds it.
Was it magic that went? Was it fire that went? What did the look like?
it just like just one moment there, next gone.
Gone. Okay. So that's. Wait, prod stupid. Hang on. Interesting.
But some of the vats, one of the vats was just for the people here. And then the others, most of the others were for other stuff. And then one of the vats was one that Lorne liked to do her own stuff with, but I don't know what she did. And there's there was when Auntie was still here, we used to have down the down markets, which so many. It was really pretty. They used to put banners. Used to have market stall square around the big statue. And
What was the big statue of?
It was a guy who... It was a man. It was a man who Auntie said was my great granddad on my mum's side, but I don't know if she was telling the truth, because, well, it's a big statue. Why would... There used to be a big, like, inscription on the base of the statue, but I don't
It's
remember.
okay. It's okay. You don't have to remember.
She sort of
Thank you
just
for telling us.
devolves into uttering.
Okay. So, should we just go into the square and make a big stinker? See who turns up?
I don't have any. I don't have any magics that might help us.
I mean,
I could disguise one of us. Maybe that might engender them a little bit more to being kind, or at least less hostile.
I thought it might be pertinent to mention it hasn't been 4 hours for Hickory to have his healing back.
I mean, it's been about an hour and a half at this point, I would say.
Okay.
Hickory, do you happen to have anything that might pacify people within an area? Some kind of emotion calming, perhaps?
He's just kind of standing there in the corner and not answering. He's still ready.
Okay.
yeah, no, okay, we've still got, like,
Best I can do is put people to sleep then. That would keep them in one spot for a while so we could look after them. But
yeah. I might have something, but this would require me to read. And...
oh no.
Get reading!
Reading nerd.
And
What are
in
you
order
looking
to do
for?
so, my player handbook to see what my spells are.
Yeah, handbook. Okay.
Because I do have, I
spells.
can select new spells, and maybe there's a spell that would.
You can.
Because I've got shit like Death Ward and Aura of Purity, but.
Yeah.
I mean, also for the social aspect, I could just turn into her.
Yeah, I feel like that might do.
I've got disguise self as well.
Okay, spell tables, paladin. Okay, what level spell are you thinking of for the paladin spells?
All up to level 4.
Okay.
Anything that would.
The Aura of Life, Aura of Purity, Banishment, Death Ward, Locate Creature, Staggering Smite, Aura of Vitality, Blinding Smite, Create Food and Water, Crusader's Mantle, Daylight, Dispel Magic, Elemental Weapon, Magic Circle, Remove Curse, Revivify, Aid, Branding Smite, Bind Steed, Lesser Restoration, Locate Object, Magic Weapon, Protection from Poison, Zone of Truth, Bless, Command, Compelled Duel, Cure Wounds, Detect Evil and Good, Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, Divine Favor, Heroism, Protection from Evil and Good, Purify Food and Drink, Searing Smite, Shield of Faith, Thunderous Smite, and Wrathful Smite.
Very sexy list right there. I think the ones that might be useful to us are Aura of Purity and Aura of Vitality. Purity means that, centered on me, or someone, each purifying energy radiates from me for a 30-foot radius, and the people inside can't become diseased, have resistance to poison, and have advantage on saving throws or against effects that cause any of the following conditions: blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned. Which may be good.
That could be useful,
Or
considering the drug counts as a poison, technically.
Yeah. And then I've got one which is healing energy. Energy radiates from me within a 30-foot radius until the spell ends. The aura moves with you instead of joining you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura to regain 2d6 hit points. But then again, that is probably worse than the Aura of Purity, which lasts for up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I could use that maybe.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Aura of Purity could definitely assist to a degree in this endeavor. I will very quickly remind you guys of what the apothecary said. The antidote to this drug that you guys have will go into effect very quickly. In purging the body of the drug, the drug itself, like, the body will essentially attempt to use up any remaining fat reserves, energy reserves, and once it can't do that, it will start to essentially try to eat itself. So, and the only reason it's not doing that at the moment is because the drug is sustaining. You have an egg. And that will help. But essentially your primary thing here is helping with the saving throw against the drug, throw off its effects, and keeping people from death's door for a essentially like 10 to 15 minute period. The egg you have at the moment has a 30-foot radius and lasts 30 minutes. And is a... what spell did I put on that egg? I know I put a specific spell on the egg.
Big spell. Gag bell.
It's not Revivify, it's the other one. It's the one that essentially stabilizes you, and I can't remember what it's called.
Death ward.
Death Ward. Thank you. Yes. So yeah, you have a Death Ward egg, essentially. Wait, no, Death Ward. It's not Death Ward. Death Ward like prevents you from hitting one hit point for once.
No, it stops you from going below 1 hit point.
Yeah, but that's not stabilized. There's a different one that stabilizes, if I recall.
Spare the dying.
Spare the dying. Yes, thank you. Death Ward is essentially stops you from hitting 1 hit point. It will not allow you to die. Spare the dying is it will stabilize you when you are making death saving throws. So yeah, the egg is spare the dying in a 30-foot radius, essentially repeatedly going off for 30 minutes, which will help, but it is not necessarily a guarantee of people coming out the other side unscathed. So any sort of...
We did pack extra food with Ingvar.
You did pack extra food and rations, that is true. I don't think you packed enough food for a whole town over a period of weeks, but you don't know what's around, so...
I will say,
Alright.
so, you asked this question, Hickory can't answer, but I can answer. For keeping people in one place, I've had this spell forever as like something that's been locked, but I've not been able to use it yet. Is Entangle, which is basically, it's like 20-foot square within range, and then basically everyone has to do a strength saving throw, or else they're restrained until the spell ends. So that might work to keep people in place, because it doesn't harm them, they're just restrained.
That could work.
Yeah, that could work.
And it's a level 1 spell, so I can cast it a lot.
I will add one more thing. Actually, yeah, Hickory, you're still doing your sort of resting thing. While that's happening, could you give me perception?
Okay. Oh wait, that's wisdom. Oh wait, no. That's, yes. Okay. 19.
19. As a mechanical creature, you're used to seeing the occasional construct around, even just like mechanical things, just general functory everyday objects. What occurs to you in the back of your mind as you're resting? It's weird that you haven't seen any clocks around. That's all.
That's fine.
Okay.
In a slightly steampunk world, that is a little strange, isn't it?
So, team, what are we doing?
I think going to the square.
Yeah, do we want to divide the labor up here? We can have some people focusing on keeping everybody in place and calm, and other people handling the medical needs and the food.
Yeah. I think we just get prepared, and then we wait until Hickory's finished their rest, and then we head out into the square. I think that's the... Is that the call?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, seems like it's a good idea.
Okay. You all await Hickory to rest. Hickory,
Yes.
what do you dream about?
Oh god, I don't know. You tell me.
You sure you want me to tell you? Because I can, but...
I dream of peaceful enjoyment. Now you can go ahead and tell me.
As you meditate, standing in the corner, scythe at your side, dream. It's a new thing for you, dreaming. You're standing a wide, all-grassed field, stretching as far as the eye can see. Forests, plains. You stand in the middle of this place. It feels familiar. Why? Think. And as you try to step forward, realize that legs are rooted, not rooted, no, you can move your legs, but you're tied to something. You pull at your waist and there's a heavy chain binding you to a heavy pole that has been staked into the ground. Your arms are hanging loosely from another set of chains. As you're sort of wondering about this, the world around you starts to get darker. The field of grasses that's waving gently in a breeze suddenly decays. The wind around you picks up, blows. You look down at the ground and you see red veins crawling through the dirt. To you, towards the core. You feel fear. Before you felt fear for having the core inside you, for keeping it within you. Now you feel fear because something is trying to take it away. Would you give me a wisdom saving? Chained to this post as you are, watch these tendrils of red rust pouring through dirt towards you, and you focus down into yourself. A sudden warmth envelops you. You look up, see a clear blue, but not the blue of the sky, but a blue of a sphere surrounding you. Look down, and there, nudging, scraping, crawling up this sphere, this rust-coloured rot, its decay. We'll get past. Will is strong. But something wants what you have. You awaken.
Hickory tries not to fall over from the emotional whiplash.
I will also say, having done that, your core now grants an additional ability. Having succeeded on that wisdom saving throw, you now have the ability to cast Sphere of Invincibility once a day.
I need to look up what that is.
I think it's called Sphere of Invincibility. I can't quite remember.
Do you mean Resilience Sphere?
Hold on.
Globe of Invulnerability?
Globe of Invulnerability. Yes, thank you. That's the one.
There we go.
I don't know why they call it a... whatever. Yes.
Level 6.
Globe of Invulnerability. It is a level 6 abjuration spell.
Okay. I'll switch out plans.
6.
Switch out transport via plans.
You don't need to switch it out. This is literally just... You have this as a cast once a day.
Okay, cool.
As you waken, feel this newfound power thrum in your core. Okay.
Or I'm reading what it does right now. Okay, cool. Well, that might be helpful. That might be helpful. Yeah, Hickory, because he doesn't have facial features, it's, I assume, hard to realize when he wakes up and the state of his emotions at the moment.
There's
but
like
he's
a
kind of-
flickering glow in your eyes.
Yeah.
Well, no,
and he's-
actually, it's just a black void, but, you know.
Yeah, it's just a black void. You can't see in there. Or can you?
The darkness gets darker when you wake up.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
There we go. He's trembling a little bit, but because he's made of hay, it's hard to know if that's just the indoor wind, obviously.
You all look around as you hear Hickory rustling dramatically.
Yes, I was just
Oh.
wake up noises, obviously. He's kind of stumbles a little bit, and then kind of comes into full cognition as he looks around and asks, well, are we ready?
I think so.
If you're put together, then I think that's everything we've got.
Good morning.
Had to.
Or he remembers the thing about the clocks. Whatever time that it is.
Yes. Look
I'm
about
only
like
good for telling you which way's north.
Well, I do have a question, Lucian, because I know in the original description of the once it's like hits the 5 combat turns,
Yeah.
I think it has drawbacks. Has that
Yes.
been hit yet?
Technically, we hit it last session, but
Okay.
I was a little distracted, and I forgot about that.
Okay. So next time entering combat, probably that happens.
Next, I will be keeping it more in mind next time combat is entered, because it is one of the major drawbacks to the Annihilator power core.
In the meantime, I'll get rid of my overpower, like my max health that's over max health.
You're overheal.
Yes, that's the word.
Okay. So, what are we doing, team?
I guess we're assembling.
I think Darren does the talking. I do the muscle. Librarian has Eldritch Blast. Abigail, you're wearing different clothes, so hopefully they won't be so terrified. And Hickory.
Abigail looks down at the almost identical, slightly newer black cloak she's now wearing. Okay.
They're not bloodstained.
You see Abigail winces.
Sorry. Let's go! Team!
Okay.
And Hickory is awake now.
Man.
Right. All step
Off to
out
Bell.
into the very sort of rusty daylight. It's very. It feels very empty in this place. Okay. All right. If you would like to pick your places before we start.
Okay.
Great.
I'll pick somewhere relatively elevated so I can address the population.
I have apparently fallen through the floor.
Yeah, that happened
What?
to me too when I went there.
Hold on.
If
Did
you
you
shift
try
and
and
click your portrait, you can teleport.
They're in the little sewer!
In the
Oh.
sewer with the rats.
I didn't know that was a sewer. It's a little hole.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a.
what a grandiose outhouse would sit on that, you know?
I mean, there's the entire city has sewers. Like,
There's
Remember?
barely a city, but you built the sewers.
I built the sewers. Look, don't
This is a
question.
city?
It's a town. It's like a small town. It's like a large town. Realistically, Thistledown is a relatively large town. But yeah,
There's a sewer.
there's a full sewer system. I build like places from like the bottom up. So the sewer is usually what I end up building first as part of the road system.
Why do you build maps like you make Civ cities?
Civ cities are not this detailed.
And yet you always build the sewers first.
Look, there have been multiple instances where you guys have ended up in the sewers for one reason or another. I think I am justified, alright?
You know why we ended up in the sewers? Because you built the sewers.
Because I built the sewers, because I want to use the sewers
Provided
sometimes.
the option of sewer.
Self-fulfilling sewer.
Self-fulfilling sewer.
Oh, self-filling sewer. Ugh.
No. Ew. Ew. Okay.
Position sewer thyself.
Okay. You all, are you, is that really where you're going, Prot?
I want a vantage point.
Okay.
I can
You-
jump from there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You Batman style crouch on top of a cage. Sure.
This is gonna,
Okay.
This is gonna hinder
my
my
bed.
persuasion rolls.
Are you guys gonna ring the bell to summon, or are you just gonna shout?
Ring the bell.
Yeah, we're gonna ring the bell.
Okay.
They're gonna come through this area anyway, so they'll probably stop when they see us.
Ingvar pulls a arrow from his quiver and takes aim at the bell that hangs quite high from a sort of community building. Shoots. The resulting sound rings out across the town. It doesn't take long. You see maybe 35 people start to approach. you all in the center of the square. And sort of all shuffling, heads bowed, they sort of stop when they see you all. A few of them look at each other uncertainly, all these sort of grey-skinned figures looking at each other, sort of looking at you warily.
The
Flare my wings out and try to look important.
The person in the front sort of steps backwards a little as your wings flare out.
Oh god, how do I spin this?
Tell him the truth.
I guess, yeah. People all, your woes this day are ended.
You see a couple of the townsfolk sort of look at each other in confusion.
You have suffered under the yoke of oppression from Evan Lorne. No longer. We, today, with some amount of difficulty, have laid her low and sundered.
I pull out her head.
A variety of people start sort of looking at each other frantically. You start seeing very crude sign language between various townsfolks. Crude because it's not something that they've it's something that they've had to develop recently by the looks of it, rather than.
Does it resemble thieves' cant at all?
You could interpret it using thieves' cant. It's not precise, but it does.
Can I get a rough idea of what they're trying to say?
You can get a rough idea, yeah. One of them is like, she's dead. What do we do? And another one is like, well, we can't survive without, like, she's the only one who knows how to make the stuff. This sort of sudden discussion of what the fuck do we do? These guys have just fucked up and killed the only person keeping us alive, basically.
Your fears are misplaced. We have amongst our number the solution to your addiction. If you will but trust us for a moment.
There's sort of another flurry of, like, hand gestures, and then someone sort of steps forward and sort of gestures to you. How can we trust? You have killed, but you are not of us. What is your solution?
Okay, I'm going to start by placing my weapons on the floor to my side and shirking off my my body armor. Just as a show of vulnerability, I guess, mainly.
Okay.
We have a treatment. It is not pleasant, but we have all the tools at our disposal to ameliorate its passage, and it will take only moments for it to run its course.
Another person steps forward. Why should we believe? You could just be using us to... There's a sort of pause, and then we are already dependent on one substance. What if this is another dependence, basically?
How do I persuade them?
Darren, could I try?
What are you thinking?
I mean, maybe if we could just show them what this drug did. Maybe if we could try and curry a little bit of favor from the fact we befriended Abigail. We're talking to them like we're trying to inspire them, but that's not what they need.
Abigail's a good idea. Abigail, dear.
Abigail sort of looks up. This deer in headlights sort of expression.
For a teeny bit of public speaking.
She sort of looks out at the gathered crowd. And Prod, you notice this. There are some people do not look kindly on Abigail.
Possibly not.
And
Just sort of like, no. Maybe.
Can I talk to Abigail?
sure.
I want to kind of crouch down a little bit so that I'm at head level with her and go, Abigail, I know that you probably weren't necessarily liked in this town. I know that she probably made you do some awful things while you were here. But right now, they need someone that knows exactly what they've gone through to talk to them and give them a little bit of hope that they could get better. Do you think you could help us with that?
I don't think I can try, but she sort of, as you watch, she's sort of moving her hands from side to side as if trying to wash them, as if trying to scrub something from them.
It's okay. Maybe just come up here with me.
I
I'm
think
gonna
Okay.
hold her hand. And,
Okay, Prod's gonna interject. I have an idea. It's a bad one, but it might work.
well,
What if we show them that it works? One of us takes the drug that's fucked him up, then we take the antidote, and we show them that we'll be fine.
How many people are in front of us?
30 to 35 is about as much of the workforce as you can see. You have about 60 doses of the antidote.
Okay, so we could spare it. That's going to really, really, really suck, though, and the convulsions and such that it causes might not lead in our favor.
I think Hickory would like to do a little bit of place of because of the whole situation there. That's fine.
Huh?
I think-
You kind of cut out, Kello.
Oh, sorry. I think Hickory has would like to try and speak as long as that's okay. In terms of persuading them,
Oh,
because
sure.
he does know how they feel, even without taking drug or anything like that.
Yeah.
So he steps forward and kind of vaguely gestures to himself and says, "I'm not a person, or at least I wasn't. I'm still not sure, but like you, I didn't know what freedom was. I was always tied down a person, someone who I had to do everything for. I wasn't myself, just like you're not yourselves. I wasn't alive, just like you are not alive or living right now. I don't want that for anyone. I'm still surprised I'm here right now, and it took a lot to get there, and I still have so many. In any case, please let me help you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can I bless you?
Sometimes.
Bless is attacks and saving.
Yeah.
Can I give
Right.
Hickory guidance?
I will retroactively allow that because this is sort of a semi-planned segment. Roll a d4, Hickory.
Okay.
Okay.
11.
11. No one actively backs away from this. There's sort of a whatever you would call a murmuration done entirely with hand signals. Eventually, someone else steps forward. We have difficulty trusting. But some are more desperate than others. I will try. And you see others are like backing away. There's a couple of people still in the middle ground, but this person steps forward as test subject.
Thank you.
Hickory holds out his hand and says, "Thank you," and pulls out one of the vials that has been kept on him.
Okay.
We will not force any of you. If you turn us down and walk away this day, we will not chase you, we will not hunt you, we will not blame you.
Everyone sort of looks around. Carry on, Rob.
Sorry, I was saying I was preparing the Aura of Purity spell, so when this person goes under, they are protected.
Okay. You hand over the vial, Hickory. This sort of light blue liquid. Person grabs it. Sort of elderly woman, maybe about 60s or 70s. She grabs it in her sort of grey, calloused fingers, unstoppers it, sort of half signing, one-handed, just drink.
Hickory nods.
Maybe sit down first.
He nods, takes a seat on the herb, hesitates for a second, and then downs the dose. For a moment, nothing seems to happen. Then all watch as this woman's body starts to shiver, shake.
I'll
There's-
wrap an arm around just to keep her from falling over or hitting her head too much.
There's
I will cast Aura of Purity.
okay, cast Aura of Purity. This is going to be her Constitution saving throw with advantage of Aura of Purity. That is a 14. This woman has a +1 for a 15. Watch as the whole thing starts to burn through her body. Watch as limbs that were already to a degree emaciated start to sort of where before it was like the flesh was hanging off a little bit of like remnants of muscle. Now the flesh is pulled taut as it's sort of any moisture that was left in the body is pulled out of it. She lets out a whimper, trying to shout. You can see the damage in real time, basically. After about 30 seconds of this, the shaking subsides. The muscle, like you can see where before she was like skin hanging slightly flabby. Now it's like skin, and you can see the bones underneath. But she sort of sits there, gasping. She goes to try and pick up a stone next to her, and she can barely lift it. Where before, she was one of the people that you saw move like massive timbers when you burnt down the gallows here. Now she can barely lift this stone. She sort of puts a hand to her throat, sort of turns to you, Hickory, signs something at you. And as
I understand what she's saying.
Can I translate?
You, Darren, you can just about tell it's the pain is diminished, is essentially what she's saying.
Okay, don't push yourself too much. Ingvar, food and water.
Yeah.
Ingvar steps over with sort of the ration bag, pulls out a small canteen, pours it out into a tin cup, hands it to this woman who can barely lift this, so emaciated that she is at this point.
Try to help
But
as
she
gently as I
sort
can.
of drinks, has a little bit of. She sort of turns to the lead man, an old man with sort of greying hair, and signs something. And the man sort of looks around, turns to you, Darren. Very well. How long do we have to... must this be done individually?
Only a moment. We can give it to everyone.
Nods. Turns to everyone. You see there's one or two people at the back that sort of look at each other and then break away and leave. But most of the townspeople are taking this chance as they all sort of gather in.
I don't have another aura of purity. I'm out of my fourth
Well,
level
it
spells.
lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, it
lasts
does.
10 minutes.
Get in here, quick!
Yeah. Like, this took 30 seconds. You guys distribute out the vials. Out of the 60 that you currently have, you use 33. in
Right,
total.
we don't have enough hands to cradle everybody who's taking this. I'm going to try and like lay out whatever I have that could be soft for under their heads.
Yeah. The
yeah,
encouraging of people to gather up.
everyone sort of sits down, and this I will roll 3 times for this. Each of these will be at advantage because of Aura of Purity. Each of these represents 10 people. So,
Can I also add anything by casting Aura of Vitality?
Aura of Vitality will help if they fail their Constitution checks.
Cool.
What about Mass Cure
The
Wounds?
most
Will
I can
that
do is
help
put them to sleep.
at all?
Would that help anything?
Probably not.
Okay.
Would Mass Cure
It may-
Wounds do anything to help if they
Again,
fail?
only if they fail their Constitution
Only
checks.
if they fail.
Cool.
Okay.
Uh,
I want to put them to sleep regardless because of the pain, though, if you want to be nice.
Yep.
Okay. First roll is an 18 for a 19 total. The first set of people are fine. Second roll. 15 plus 1 for a 16. Last but not least. That's an 8. For 9. Some of the frailest people in the sort of final group you see start to sort of like where this sort of antidote is pulling moisture from their skin and bodies, the skin starts to crack a little. Various members start to sort of hold themselves as if their organs are turning. You can see at least a few people are too frail to manage the antidote properly.
Okay, I will gesture to Hickory to like do some healing, and I will cast Sleep to anesthetize them.
Okay.
Yes.
Very
Go
least.
ahead and do Mass Cure Wounds at level C.
Okay. You do Mass Cure Wounds, restoring 22. Is it like everyone in an area, or is it a specific amount?
Every
Everyone.
single person gets.
Everyone in the area regains 22 hit points.
Oh, hell
They
yeah.
had.
These.
That's including us.
That's including you guys.
That's it.
Um,
it's yeah. I have to choose, but yes.
Oh,
Everything all right, Alfie?
yeah, sorry, no, I misheard and then misunderstood. And then reheard.
Okay. These 5 or 6 people end up sleeping. The sort of leader turns to you, Darren, and goes, what happened?
We're doing everything we can. This process is not entirely safe, but it is safer than not doing.
He sort of nods, turns to someone else who's sort of one of the stronger looking people who still has some degree of muscle. Sort of makes a few hand gestures, and this person sort of runs off to a nearby building, comes back with some blankets or something, and starts sort of putting them underneath people's heads. Eventually, everyone manages to come to with no loss of life. However, not everyone in the town has elected to take this antidote. A few members of this group were either unwilling or preferred to be the way they were, uncertain. You managed to get 90%. But not everyone wants to be saved.
I'll try and organize getting everybody who's survived into some kind of restful accommodation so they can be cared for a bit.
You see, like, a couple of people are already, like, opening up old buildings and sort of airing out some bedding to make room for the people who are still unconscious.
Yeah, they're not going to be on their feet for a while. They need to rest and get food and such.
Yeah. Everyone sort of puts all of this stuff together. Eventually, the sort of leader takes you aside, Darren, and sort of signs, thank you. We do not know what we are going to do now. This town...
But now you have a now.
This town is full of horrific memories. We will not stay.
Those of you who can leave, we have a town you would be welcome. It's rebuilding itself, but they would gladly welcome you.
We will consider your offer.
Oh, that's the kind of thing I should have talked to a politician about, but oh well. I'm sure they'll do us a solid and take a few refugees.
Can we ask someone who knows about the alchemy here and who can give us like a rundown of everything that's going on alchemically?
Does anybody else here know Thieves' Cant, or is it just me?
I think it's just you. But also, can you ask them why they're signing, and this is relatively new sign? If there's something to do with like noise.
I've been fairly up close with these people. Can I see any reason they wouldn't be talking?
Not like necessarily evident, but none of them have really opened, like, none of them have, like, spoken. None of them have moved their lips or anything, really. They've made, like, expressions, but if you want to ask, you can.
Yeah, sure. I'll ask at least one person.
You ask sort of the head who's been sort of directing things, and he turns around and looks at you. For the first time, you see like pinpricks of tears at the corner of his eyes. He sort of heaves a sigh, and then like opens his mouth like fully wide. He has no tongue. One of the side effects that you recall the apothecary talking about is that the drug essentially devours fat stores. The tongue is an incredibly weak point. It essentially got consumed by the drug.
I will go back to Prod and say they can't.
Okay. I saw it from back there and I was like,
I have something for that. You gotta tell me.
What do you
So-
mean?
You have something for that?
I have something for that.
Tell me more.
Oh, tell me more. Yeah, Hickory has...
Agree to restore tongue.
Essentially, yeah. I have Regenerate, so I can restore lost quote-unquote limbs.
Okay.
Holy smokes!
All right.
How many people can you do that to at
It's just
once?
one at a time. One person at a
One
time.
person
Okay.
at a time.
Let's do that to the people who are the worst off first, then, because they will be the most needy to tell people they have needs.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to very quickly check the wording of regenerate, just so that I can be sure that you're not going to spoil my semi-apocalyptic dystopian fantasy.
Oh no, we've resolved your problem.
Let's see, regenerate.
Having someone who is old and knowledgeable being able to talk would be ace. So even though I am very happy about like the people in need being the first to talk, I think those people and someone who can explain what the fuck is going on so we can help them more would also be quite useful.
Okay, we'll develop a priority scale. How's that?
It's
Yeah.
level 7, so
Okay.
I can only do it like once every 4 hours.
Okay, I'm looking at the wording of this spell.
Yeah.
The target's severed body members, if any, are restored after 2 minutes. If you have the severed part and hold it to the stump, the spell instantaneously causes the limb to knit to the stump. Now, as a DM, I would usually read that as on fresh wounds, right? So, regenerates when the wound is still fresh. So, I would read it as within 2 minutes, essentially. So, within like a couple of rounds of combat. However, the wording of the spell is ambiguous and does not set a time limit on how long it has to be since the injury. So, I'm going to say, for small body parts, extensive time allow, I will say regeneration will work. So, fingers, tongues, ears, that sort of thing. For large body parts, like a whole leg, regeneration would not work unless you were actively doing it in the moment that the severing had happened. So, you cannot restore Ingvar's missing leg, basically. But you will be able to do it for something like a tongue. That is my ruling.
Imagine Lydia attends next session and we're just like, oh yeah, you've got a leg back.
Free leg.
So when
Yeah,
I
we've
was
just-
reading
we've
this
just-
spell,
We've just removed a decent big chunk of your character design, by the way, just whilst you were away from the table.
Yeah. No, when I was reading it, I was just like, that's kind of overpowered, but maybe.
Yeah, in my view, regeneration would usually only work in a combat circumstance, specifically. But there's like the wording of the spell is ambiguous. It doesn't give a time limit on how long before it will not work. So I'm gonna say for small limbs, tongues, like noses,
I can
Is-
give you a toe, Ingvar.
it will work, essentially. So yes, you can use regeneration if you wish to restore someone's tongue.
Yes, I think since the old man kind of been in charge, quote unquote, of everyone, I'll heal his tongue, so
Okay.
that we can. Yeah. So I'll go over now that I have seen the problem, and kind of slowly motion that I'm going to touch him, so that he doesn't run away, even though he's been healed, just in case. I know I'm tall and frightening. And then use regeneration.
Okay. You cast regeneration. Regeneration takes a minute to cast. Infuse healing energy. And the man sort of stands there for a moment looking around. And he sort of like puts a hand to his mouth. sort of starts pawing at his cheeks. It's sort of like as he's trying to like figure out what the hell is going on, he feels a tongue grow into his mouth. As he says, it feels weird. Okay. Speak. Can speak. Thank you, stranger. And he sort of envelops you in a hug, Hickory.
Hickory's just kind of frozen there, with his arms up, and gently pats him on the back.
It feels weird. I haven't had a tongue in months.
Take it easy, it's brand new.
I'm never taking this for granted ever again. Speaking is...
We can probably fix up some others around here with that regard. We will need to kind of prioritize who gets it. We can only do so much. But we can probably do that more.
There's... Let me talk to the others. Sort of turns around and starts signing again. He's been doing it for months at this point. To some degree, it's ingrained. But you watch as everyone around here starts having a very sort of quick conversation that is so quick that you're having trouble passing it, Darren. Like the speed at which these people are conversating, and some of the sign language that they're using is unfamiliar to you as well because it's not part of Thieves' Cant. But eventually, the man sort of turns around, starts to sign at you, stops, and then sort of says, we have 3 people. Can you do 3?
Hickory, can we manage 3?
I will need to take a rest between each, unfortunately. So 4 hours, then one, 4 hours, then another, and then 4 hours for the last.
Okay.
Give us a few hours and we can cover it.
Yeah. We still have the history's keeper among us. It would be helpful to have her back, speaking, to tell the stories.
Of course.
Definitely high priority right there.
Absolutely high priority right there. You see Prod glaring at you. The most high priority.
Hey.
Is there someone here who can give us a tour of the vats and maybe tell us or communicate through you what they do?
We have an alchemist in apothecary. He's one of the ones we have picked for tongue growth. Feels weird. Yeah.
That's Alfie laughing, not Prod.
I know.
Okay, good.
If you can wait for your friend, then we can show you how this bugs. Oh, we can show.
Okay. For now, let's... There's no big things coming to kill us anytime soon, do you think? We can all have a rest now.
Did you get the wolf?
Yes, we
Wolf?
did.
Librarian killed that dog.
Yup.
Okay, it's fine then. Then no, I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. So time for rest.
Yes.
Let's rest.
Okay. The townspeople take their rest. They sort of start going off into groups and clusters. You still see, like, even at this point with, like, the tongue, even the sort of speaker of the townspeople is still using sign language. It's likely to, from what you can see, Prod, it's likely to become a relatively important part of their communication methods. Even if everyone had their speech restored, they probably wouldn't necessarily go back to fully using it.
Hell yeah.
BSL,
baby!
Still need to learn it. I know
It's
very
way
simple
harder
gestures.
than you think.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's like,
no,
oh, BSL's so easy. It's basically
it's not easy.
It's not.
There is
easy.
no language that's easy to learn.
I have, like, I know thank you, and that's kind of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. Everyone's like, oh, if you learned Makaton as a kid, it's just way easier. I learned Makaton as a kid. It sucks.
The only words I know inside of BSL are
How badly is your curiosity weighing on you right now?
as to the contents of the bag.
As to the contents of the pouch of holding.
Probably a decent smidge. I'm distracted trying to run a humanitarian effort right now, but it's definitely there.
It's there in the back of your mind, yeah. Okay. All right. You all rest up. You pass out food. Ingvar sort of helping people who are having trouble walking. 4 hours pass, and Hickory, you are ready to regenerate again.
Okay. Hickory kind of taps the old man on the shoulder and is, where is the next to be healed?
The old man sort of gestures to a member who walks up, sort of a younger sort of woman, maybe about in her 30s-ish, with sort of long, lank, black hair, who sort of... She's, even as, like, just a menial labor, she still has the garb of an alchemist with, like, stained waistcoat and trousers. And she steps up, sort of in expectation, kind of opens her mouth, and just so that the tongue doesn't, like, feel weird growing in.
Hickory places a hand on her shoulder and does essentially the same thing.
Okay. You push the healing energy into this woman, and you watch in real time as the tongue grows from a tiny nub into, like, a full-sized human tongue. It's kind of weird and a little bit gross. But she sort of turns to you and says, "Thank you. Your friend said you wanted to. It says you needed to see the vats. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We can go there now. What do you need to know?
What they do. All of them. Where they were going.
All of them. Okay.
Yes.
Um.
Do you want to take a minute, drink some water, get used to the tongue? A little bit.
Yes, that would be helpful. It feels very weird. Feels very
I can
strange.
tell.
It's
okay.
Kind of feels a little big and heavy. You know? It's like getting used to a new I haven't had to think of words in this way for so long. It's strange. Yeah, all would be helpful. Yes, thank you. And she sort of grabs a mug, sits down, drinks. After about 5 minutes of her sort of moving the tongue around and cracking her jaw, she sits up. Right, I can probably talk with minimal lisping. S's are weird. Yeah, I can help. What did you want to know?
Should we take a tour of the vats? You can tell me, well, tell us. Actually, probably tell the librarian. They'll know what to do with this information more than I do. What they're all for, and where they were going.
I don't know where they were going. We're just laborers, workforce at the end of the day. But I can give you a rough idea of what is in all the vats.
Okay.
Yeah. If you wanna follow me. And she steps forward and leads you all back to the vats. So, over here, I'm going to give you a brief rundown of what she knows is or was in various vats. The green one at the start is the drug that was used on them. It's a highly concentrated variant. But she says it's basically, it does everything that you know about it, basically. It draws on the body's energy reserves, increases strength, makes people more compliant, and is generally an unpleasant thing. The next one along, the purple one, is...
Vimto.
What? No.
Vimto.
It's no...
Vimto.
Fantasy
Oh my God, it's
Vimto.
Vimto.
It's Fantasy
The fantasy
Vimto.
elixir Vimto.
She refers to as VMAT Toe. And it is essentially a pleasure drug. It is the equivalent of LSD, essentially. The third vat along, this sort of heavy orange liquid. It's kind of difficult to call it a liquid. Sort of more like a slime, but she sort of says this is in its more congealed form. The vats haven't been heated at the moment. Is a form of body applicable ointment to heal acid burns, essentially. It's
I'm gonna keep
something.
some of that on hand.
Yeah, it's essentially an acid healing salve. In-game mechanics, it will give you resistance to acid damage if applied. The fourth tank contains some form of reddish liquid, but is almost empty, having apparently been emptied earlier, within maybe the last 3 days or so. She sort of points at a sort of shallow puddle of liquid at the bottom, and says, "This is another very addictive substance that, from what I can tell, and I only really know from observing the bitch's test subjects, as she liked to call them, it makes you angry, like really angry, and it sort of confuses you, makes you not know who's a friend anymore. Sort of
Did
throws.
this become a
Might have
powder?
encountered that.
I mean, if you dried and crisped, yeah, you could probably make it into a powder. Yeah.
Because we've got some. I'll read you the description. Some mystery balls. Back.
You pull out a large, sort of medium-sized, black crystal sphere with a sort of glowing red center. Yeah. This is a Berserker's Bomb. This is the main ingredient in a Berserker's Bomb. Yeah.
Thank you. We know where those are coming from now. That's very useful.
Yeah.
Let's
She's
not make these anymore.
She sort of nods and goes, I mean, a lot of this stuff I wouldn't want to make. It's pretty bad. No.
Yeah.
Except the orange stuff. The orange stuff is actually pretty good.
Yeah. Question. Which one of these was being shipped? All of them?
All of them at one time or another, but this stuff here, and she points to the empty red tank, this stuff here was shipped the most.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Then there's, and she sort of moves forward to the last tank on this side. This stuff is sort of, it's a it makes you scared. It's it makes you hallucinate. It makes you terrified, essentially. It's a fear liquid, I guess. I'm not really sure. When it's distilled and purified and then stoppered, if you smash it, it then vaporizes into a cloud, and everyone inside it starts to scream. I didn't have it tested on me. I was one of the more valuable workers, but she liked to test it. She liked to test all of this stuff on.
What a
yeah.
bitch.
And now she sort of points across to the other row of vats. The one down the end, is I don't know if you saw she had she liked to carry sort of stuff potions on her person. Yeah?
We did notice those, yes.
Yeah. So, this stuff down here is, sort of, it makes your skin hard. Makes the...
Oh, it's stone skin potion.
Yes, that sounds about right. Then over here we have, and she sort of gestures to one of the empty tanks. This used to turn people into things. She used it to turn someone into a lizard. Then over here we have she called it mustard seed. And she indicates a tank that's kind of empty but has like a thin layer of yellow at the bottom. You recognize it as one of the vials she threw, which essentially exploded into a cloud that incapacitated everyone inside it. Then she indicates a tank with like blue liquid at the bottom. And it's sort of as you look down, you notice that the liquid is moving, like weirdly. Like it's trying to climb out of the tank weirdly.
Ew.
It's quite slimy, and she says, oh, I don't know what this one did. I know that they packed it up, that when they packed it up in a box, it kept trying to eat people.
Okay, that's probably ooze.
And she indicates a last tank, and which has like green on the bottom, and she says, "This is just poison. This just hurts."
All right.
And I don't know what that one is. And she indicates the last tank in the row. You look over the edge and you see a thin layer of pure black liquid at the bottom.
Can I get any readings on it?
Not magic. If you want to like do an investigation,
I'm not licking it.
I said do an investigation check.
Sure. As long as the investigation check does not involve licking it or putting like digits of any kind in it.
I think this is Baldur's Gate 3.
Smidge. 28.
28.
First good roll of the day.
Definitely dangerous. Like, off the charts levels dangerous. Like, you sort of smell as you like look over the lip of the tank. The instant, like, just the smell of it alone is sending your head reeling.
Nail
Like,
polish.
the stench it's letting off is rotting corpses. Rotting corpses, blood, maybe a mixture of possibly a degree of, I don't know.
Link's body spray.
Ew. No. it smells like death, basically.
Right.
Okay, viscera goop, lovely.
As you're sort of looking down into this tank, there is, you know how when you when you like look at something, you sometimes you get a vibe of immediately of I won't like that. When you look at this, you get a vibe immediately of I will die. This will kill. This is specifically designed to kill. And if you touch that, you are dead. Probably dead. Maybe like at least severely injured to the point of like major danger, essentially.
Bone urine juice.
Oh, melting juice, maybe.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
My love.
What's up?
Can you make it your life's mission before you leave this town to neutralize all of these poisons?
I mean, I can try. I'm not. I'm the town alchemist, but I'm an apprentice.
I understand.
So
I've got a suggestion. Yeah, just tip them out to the grass.
Oh, sure. Poison the
We
land.
we don't want to.
No one is living here anymore. Everyone said they're leaving.
If we do that again.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's a very good idea. Mainly because a lot of this stuff is really toxic, and I mean, these people don't want to live here anymore, but the houses are perfectly good. So I don't want to ruin things for anyone who decides to make this place a better place, you know?
Yeah.
But also, I know there's only a little bit of that stuff left, and she points at the, like, black vat. But, I don't think I can do anything about that one. The others I can probably figure out, but that was her personal project. I've no idea what I could do to make that work.
Good point. Is there too much to bottle, or is it the small enough amount that we could just bottle it and carry it with us?
It would. There's like 3 vials of that stuff left.
We can take some vials and figure it out later. Give it to an alchemist as a trade. I'm gonna take some vials. I'm gonna take some vials of that black goop.
Okay.
Alfie got the black goop now.
Okay, I need you to roll me a sleight of hand check.
What?
To handle this stuff safely.
Can I put some gloves on?
Yeah, you can put some gloves on. You're still going to need to roll that sleight of hand check.
Okay,
I mean, you're wearing gauntlets at the moment, so, you know.
Can I take the gauntlets off?
Yeah,
Make
you're
it a
still
flat.
going to need to roll a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. I'm on it, boss. Okay, +1. I can do this. That's a 14?
That's 1 shy of your needed DC. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Okay, let me put it this way. It's 1 shy of getting all 3 vials.
Okay.
You manage to get 2 vials out of this. Stopper them. As you reach in for, like, the 3rd vial, and you sort of pull it out, pass it through the liquid, getting the last dregs in, a dot of it gets on the glove you're wearing. And immediately burns through it and down onto the skin below. You take... There is no constitution save on this, by the way. There is no constitution save on this. You take... 24 points of damage. And immediately lose 1 death saving throw.
Okay.
That is what this stuff does. It does 8d6 of damage and immediately chucks a death saving throw out the window.
Lordy.
Are they down to start rolling death saving throws?
No. It immediately fails one. So that if you hit death saving throw levels, you immediately start with 1 failed.
Okay,
Oh, just forever? Damn.
Not forever, but until your next long rest.
Okay, until my next long rest. Okay.
Yeah.
So... He's gonna make up some swear words.
Darren, you look up to see Prod swearing on the edge of a vat.
Do I recognize the language?
Nope. Then
Okay.
it's not in any. Thing is, he really wants to know what he doesn't know any Orcish, but he wants to believe that he knows Orcish, so he's gonna say some swears that sound like Orcish, but they're not.
Oh, the poor
You don't know
Harper
Orcish,
doesn't actually speak his own
Darren,
language.
so...
Yes, it sounds almost like Ragdwarf, but okay. You okay up there?
Yes!
Okay,
Fine.
because I've never heard you speak that language before.
It's fine! Thrust, get a bit! I'm gonna need a new pair of
see-
gloves.
Lovely. Does the recovery effort look to be going okay at the moment?
Yeah, everyone seems to, someone's lit a fire, everyone seems to be kind of gathering together, making sure that everyone else is managing. The few townspeople that didn't partake, you haven't seen at all.
Well, can't force them. And I've got a bereaver. That bag does need investigating. It's probably fine.
Team up?
Hmm?
Just team up with someone when you open it, in case, I don't know, you get eaten or something.
Well, right now I'm stood next to Arcus and Hickory, so...
Oh yeah, you're right, actually. 1 second.
Are you moving?
And there we go. No. Do I see Darren messing with the pouch?
Are you messing with the pouch, Darren?
I am gonna open the pouch.
Okay. You look into the pouch, and it's empty. I mean, as empty as any bag of holding is when you look into it.
I need to put my hand in it, root around a bit.
I don't have regeneration ready at the moment.
Well, the way a bag of holding works is you put your hand in with a stated intent of extracting a specific item, right? So you would, in order to know what's inside this bag, you would either need to turn it inside out or randomly try and pull out different items.
She was really into potions. If I turn this out willy-nilly, it's going to be a mess.
Don't turn it out when
Is there like a bed
have any-
somewhere?
Yeah, do we have any pillows or beds or something? Spare?
You can definitely, like, the inn has a couple of beds, you know?
Right. Arcus, I'm possibly about to have some stuff that's gonna need identifying. Do you wanna, like, come with me and I can check out this bag?
You're about to completely, like, take the contents out of that bag and put it all on the floor or something?
Under, like, a soft surface. I'm aware that she, like, was probably handling a lot of shatterables.
I mean, that might not be the only thing she has in there.
Only one way to find
Maybe
out.
we should bring
and
someone
I can't
else.
just stick my hand. I'm not fond of the idea of sticking my hand in here and yanking at whatever I find.
I mean, you can, from what I remember with these bags, ask for a specific intent and not just a specific item. I'm not sure if that's how they work nowadays, but...
Well, that doesn't sound like any bag I've ever heard of.
You want me to stick my hand in it?
No!
No.
Let me just try something. Okay, I wanna put my hand in the bag and I want to go in with the intent of give me something hidden.
Okay. Give me something hidden. Roll me Arcana.
Okay.
Good at those.
See how...
Hopefully.
how...
That's a 31.
That's a 31. You put your hand in with the intent of give me something hidden. And then you pull your hand out. And as you pull your hand out, in your hand is a long scroll. Very familiar scroll. The third of these scrolls that you have seen. This is an Asmodeus contract.
God damn it, my double curse now.
You already have like 2 of these. Like one of them belonged to Gabriel Blackwood. The other one, which you grabbed, belonged to the Baroness. And this one apparently belonged to Evan Lorne.
Well, I'm glad I didn't put my hand in there.
Yep, that would have been pretty bad, actually.
Whose name is there instead of Evan Lorne's now? Can you check?
It should just be me and, was it the god of time and death?
Yeah, you look at the contract, and your name is there. Etano's name is there, inscribed in glowing blue ink. And Evan Lorne's name is scorched and sundered.
Well, that's gonna be a problem at some point anyway, and I put it back in the bag. Not the bag, but our bag, or collective
Okay.
bag, I guess.
You
bag. Come
put it in the group bag with the other 2 scrolls.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like intent does work. Maybe we can start pulling out specific things that might benefit us.
Okay.
Like we
Put
could
my
ask for
hand
fragile
in.
things.
And we could start by taking out the fragile things, or we could just start kind of just like aiming as high as we think it could possibly have. So I'll put my hand in and have the mental intent of something extremely magical.
Okay. You put your hand into the bag and withdraw a small metal rod.
Does it look?
I think I know what this is. Can I try that for a second, Darren?
Do my eyes see anything with it?
It's magical. Definitely magical.
Okay. I mean, it's just a regular rod for the most part. It does seem magical though, so that part worked.
Yeah. Think there's a button on the side of that rod, isn't there?
I don't see anything particularly movable on it.
No button.
No button. Okay. So this is clearly an immovable rod.
What in the world makes you think that?
Not many magic items are rods.
True.
I mean, rods are.
Wait, can I cast Identify on it? Is it just going to be the absolutely movable rod or something?
Sure, you can cast Identify on it.
The unstoppable rod.
Rod's rod.
Do you take 10 minutes to
Not that
cast
magical.
Identify in this space?
No, I just burn a first level. Fuck
You
it.
burn a first level.
Instant.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, you burn a first level spell slot to cast Identify on this rod. This is...
What's so funny, Identify special?
This is the Rod of Liquid Movement. When attuned to this item,
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure I have a rod of liquid movement.
You knew
You know-
exactly what party you were delivering this name to, and you still did it.
you know, I did not come to this D&D session
Did you
for
not?
piss
you
jokes,
not
but
come,
by
Jay?
God, we shall continue with them.
Without a
This
complete... Oh god.
okay. Essentially, this rod can move any liquid within. It's essentially a telekinesis rod for liquid. You can. Fine. It's a telekinesis wand. Do you prefer that?
No, I prefer
No,
rod.
I'm still
Telly on my rod
about
till
it.
I can use this.
my rod till I liquid.
I feel like how Matthew Mercer felt when he announced that his character had a feat called Riding the Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ability.
Anyway, yeah, this item allows you to move up to a cubic meter or a cubic 5 feet of liquid.
Damn.
Well above average as an amount of liquid goes.
Just get through the description. Just get through the description.
You can move up to 5 cubic feet of liquid, essentially for an hour. You can essentially hold onto it for an hour of telekinesis, just to move it around. It seems to be what Evan Lorne was using to essentially move dangerous liquids around.
That's a very useful magical item.
The Rod of Fluid Motion. Enjoy.
I'm physically crying.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're enjoying my naming schemes.
How, like, on a scale of, like, common to, like, artifact, how magical is that?
Is it above average?
It is. It's like rare, basically. It's not necessarily an uncommon magical. It's a magical item that is specifically used in alchemical settings. It has specific uses, so it's designed for a specific function. It's not like super ridiculously magical, but it's magical enough to make the work you do safer, basically.
Okay, so that's probably the upper bound of magicalness in this bag. We could probably try and, like, get all the breakables out of it and then maybe turn it inside out later.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So who gets to keep the cum wand?
We're We're not calling it that.
I think, as a dad, you should be able to keep the cum wand, because at least you've got provability.
Exactly.
At least you have evidence
Ingvar
that
is
you've done it
also
once.
a dad.
Depends. What's the range on the cum wand?
The range on the rod of fluid motion is 60 feet.
60 feet. So, someone who's not a melee person should probably have the cum wand.
That's both of the dads in the party.
Yep. What if we both held it? What if we both put our hands on the rod and we used it at the same time? Just as bros, though.
Daddy.
I'm so glad you're all enjoying this.
We are.
Do you want to try and pull anything else from the bag?
What about traps?
Pull a trap out of it?
Yeah, if like there's a trap in it for if someone tries to empty it. That seems like something Ed and Lauren would do. They seem like a cautious person.
Maybe. I'll give it one more stab with really magical item.
Okay, one more stab with really magical item. The next thing you pull out is a small, sort of glass orb.
Sorry.
That you, as you pick it up, it looks like just a very cloudy glass, basically, as far as you can tell.
Does it read as magic to my dragon eyes?
Yeah, it's not as magical as the rod, but definitely still magical.
Okay. Give that a look. It doesn't look like on the same level as the rod did, but my eyes aren't an exact science.
This looks much more orbular than the rod.
Globular, one may say.
What is the spell say?
This is a blooming orb. When smashed...
Subliminal, innit?
Swear to God, I'm going to strangle you one of these days.
Look, dick jokes are allowed. Northern jokes aren't allowed.
This is discrimination.
When smashed on the ground, this unleashes a essentially a mist spell that obscures everything within a 30-foot radius.
So the rod and the ball.
Only one
Just the
ball.
one ball, actually. I could try going in there again for another, but I think there's either one.
Look, we'll have a complete set.
Can you put your hand in and wish for a ball?
Can you put your hand on the wish set?
Alchemist, just while we have you handy, does this area happen to have any well-known, highly magical objects, legendary artifacts, or the like? Shot in the dark here, I know, but
I mean, as... Not really. Anything that was valuable got nicked and sold off by her to get all of this.
yeah, that's more or less what I expected.
Could you show us the teleportation circle they were using to ship things?
I don't know where that is. Unfortunately, the workers, we were generally confined to this area. The people who did the shipping would, well, they'd bring other people in to get it all sent off. I don't actually know where that would be.
Oh, okay. With Abigail?
Maybe, but between you and me, that poor kid's been through enough.
That's true. We should probably leave her be for a while.
I think she should stick with us. Is anyone here her family? Or is...
I mean, her aunt, but I think her aunt was one of the first people that Miss Lorne came in contact with. And, well, this town used to have 300-400 people.
Right.
How much,
Is there any way we could get a message to her dad?
Yeah.
Does anyone actually have message, like not in the stones?
I can use my organizer to send one.
Probably worth sending a message then. Letting him know. Be
Yeah,
sure
I
to
mean-
mention that if he tries to come visit, she might be a Necronair.
I also have the ability just to teleport her to him. Kind of.
That, knowing the kind of work he gets up to, that's probably not a good idea. Just pop
Yeah, I mean, it could just be the general cities instead of like directly in front of him, and then we can track him down, but that might be a thing for later.
Yeah, also I'd prefer to not just, like, dump her, basically, who knows where.
Oh, I was saying we would go with her. And, you know, make sure she's safe and stuff.
And we do also have to have a god to go poke at some point in the near future.
Gods don't die that quick, and she needs to go back to her father.
She'll travel with us for the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get it to her dad when we can. But let's try and send a message to him.
Yeah, just let him know, keep him in the loop.
I'll draft up a
Probably don't want to
general
spring
letter
this
of like, we found your daughter at whatever this town's name was. We're going to be traveling towards blah blah blah. If you are anywhere near, meet us at one of the towns or write us back. You can send a message to Necroneer and it will eventually get to us. I'll be checking.
Okay. You summon in an organizer, drop the message in its little basket, and off it goes, speeding away across the horizon. From there, you move. How long are you guys planning to stay in Thistledown?
I'll stick around until I'm, like, decently certain that they can, like, keep up the, recovery, by themselves, at least.
I'm gonna stare down here until everyone's got their like tongue recovered, I guess.
Yeah. I think I'm... same.
Also maybe talk about potential route to Necroneer. And getting a teleportation circle, a temporary one set up to teleport them there as refugees. I might send a letter back to Necroneer as well with the priest to give them forewarning that they're to expect a couple refugees for the town.
Yeah. So just to let you know, with Hickory doing a regeneration every 4 hours, it will take essentially 5.5 days to get everyone's tongues regenerated.
That does sound like enough days to make sure, like, the supply lines are set up and that everyone, like, people who were working in agriculture are, you know, well enough to do their thing.
Okay.
It seemed like nobody really wants to stick around here. Yeah.
Yeah. I can also teleport back and forth with food supplies if we're staying here for a couple days, since I can go to any circle I know the thing of and transport resources.
Okay. All right. So you all start to put your bits and pieces together. You spend a couple of days, making sure that all the supply lines are functioning, making sure that everyone's in a decent spot, you do eventually manage to get most people transferred over to Necroneer, and there's a few people actually who kind of refuse your offer, Hickory, who don't want, for whatever reason, for this regeneration to occur within them. But most people accept it. By the time you guys are ready to depart, a good 3/4 of those people who wanted for regeneration have regenerated their tongues and are well on their way to being a little more healthy than they used to be. On the 3rd day of your stay in Thistledown, one of the members of the town sort of pulls a heavy plaque out from a building and sets it down in front of the empty pedestal in the middle square. The plaque is inscribed with the name Ignatius Alder, a name that you would recognize, Arcus, as being the name of the former sort of ruling family in Thistledown. As you would know from the Alder's Cloak of Depths. It is under the plaque is inscribed a couple of dates. This man lived maybe 150 to 200 years ago at this point. He's noted as being a kind and benevolent leader, and it is hoped that his descendants will serve the town well, is essentially what the plaque's inscription says. The statue is long gone, as far as you can tell, but the plaque remains.
Okay. Is this plaque basically right by where the sewer entrance is, at the middle of the town square?
Yeah, it's like, it's usually it would be like mounted on like a sort of diagonal surface at the front of the statue, but the statue's gone, so it's kind of just sitting there now. And there is that heavy sewer entrance that probably would have been under the statue as a sort of maintenance thing, but now is just uncovered.
Okay. One, I'd like to use Fabricate to give the crest a bit more of a display point. Maybe even refabricating from the raw materials around like an actual statue.
That's gonna take time. And Fabricate can only do so much. Like, at the end of the day, using a spell... Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. I am not certain how Fabricate can apply to art.
There's an explicit point in the spell for craftsmanship of things.
Okay, I'm going to look at that very quickly.
So it can't be a high degree of craftsmanship. And nothing can be transmuted, so it's not like I am shaping stone, I am quite literally building something.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, because it's stone, I don't think it can be more than a 5-foot cube.
Well, the base of this statue is like 15 feet end to end, basically. So if you do build like a 5-foot tall statue, it's going to be quite small
Okay.
in comparison.
Maybe I'll just use it over the course of a couple days to make a kind of more focused display point for the crest rather than a statue then.
Which make that spell is commensurate with the quality of the materials, creatures are magically created. Use it to create items that ordinarily require a high degree of craftsmanship, such as jewelry, weapons, glass, or armor, unless you have proficiency with type of artisan's tools used to craft such objects. Which means you would need proficiency with stonemason's tools if you wanted to build a statue proper. But yeah, embellishing the sort of the plaque and the base, I would definitely allow.
Okay.
Yeah. You spend an afternoon sort of prettying up this area. Eventually, Abigail steps up beside you, still sort of nervous, very subdued. She's opened up a little bit. She's barely left your side, Prod, for the past few days. But she steps up beside you, Arca. She sort of speaks up and says, I know fights can be messy, difficult. Your tactics were cruel, but I understand why. I'm sorry for stabbing you. What's my dad like?
I only knew him for a few weeks, but he was very cunning, smart, and he really, really cared about you. He was kind to us when we needed him. But also a little bit deceitful sometimes.
He sort of smiles a little. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time. But what if he's actually disappointed? What if he doesn't want to? If he doesn't want to talk to me, see me anymore? What if he? What if?
Now, wait 1 minute. I know that what I did was awful, and the only reason I did something like that is because it was the only way I could think of to stop you from hurting yourself or us as quick as possible. That doesn't excuse it. But the reason I chose that image is because it's the one that I knew you would fear the most, and it's also the one I know that is absolutely not true. Can I show you your dad?
Yeah.
I want to take out the memoriam which I placed all of my memories into, including the ones of him. And I want to play back every single moment he's mentioned his family or daughter.
You play back his memories. Play back the times where he's saved your life. You play back the conversations that he's had about Abigail, about his fortunately dead wife, her mother. You play back the times where he sat in contemplative silence next to a campfire, where he's written a letter and you've watched him burn it in the flames. Play back memory of him visiting the bank and finding out for the first time that the money that he'd been leaving Abigail was gone. The despair and the sudden need to run to where she was. Play back the joys, tears, sorrows, and the laughter. And you watch as Abigail slowly goes from fearing a reaction to hoping for something for the first time in a long time.
I know you've been through a lot more than most of us could imagine. But I hope you can at least see now, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've done, your father will always love you.
You see a small tear tracing its way down one of her cheeks. She collects herself. It means it's a lot. I hope I get to see him soon.
You will. I'll give Abigail a big old hug.
She stiffens, but then leans out and puts her arms around you. In the time that you guys have taken, she's discarded the assassin's leathers in favor of not necessarily brighter attire, but more like sort of light reds and browns instead of the dark black of those assassin's leathers. Hey. The world moves on. Time passes. And as we come to our close, whistle down. Streets empty, now that most people have maneuvered themselves to Necroneer. Necronerians happy for a helping hand. Libraria. As you stand alone in front of this plinth, it's a warm day, relative. Well, no, it isn't really. Been kind of chilly, a little bit muddy, misty. Thistledown always seems to be a little misty. But you feel warm. Where's that warmth coming from? It's weird. You look down. Your bag is glowing. A deep red heat is emanating from it.
I was wondering when you'd come calling.
A voice speaks into you. So, little wizard, you have gathered all 3 contracts, and you've made some very powerful beings very interested. What makes you think you will survive?
Incentive.
Oh,
Do you know why I had Methano's name signed in the contract?
no. But I'm sure you'll tell me.
If I die, you're up against a god to get it done.
If you die, and Metano does not fulfill the terms of the contract, his power becomes mine. His strength becomes mine.
It's also got souls to spare.
So much power. You have made a grave mistake, mortal. With power
If you
like
say so.
that, I could break the abyssal gate and rain hellfire down on your world once more. So perhaps you should fulfill the terms set before it's too late. Hello. And that is where we're going to call it for the evening. Thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. We will be back tomorrow with something interesting, and in 2 weeks' time for our next session of Shadows of Sorcery. Thank you all very much for joining us, and we shall see you all next time. Ta-ta for now, everybody. Say goodbye, my boiled lobsters.
What?
Goodbye, boiled lobsters.
Goodbye,
Why
my
is
boiled
it lobsters?
Because we're lobsters and we're boiling, and it's fucking hot!
Okay.
lobsters.